Hey y'all, today we are going to talk about transformations. So the Introduction to Transformations page that you should have, lesson 6.1.1, we are going to first look at the different types of transformations using visual examples. So let's name this transformation. First of all, you see a smaller shape here and you see a larger shape. So anytime a shape grows or shrinks, it is a dilation. And we're going to talk more about a dilation to see what that actually means. Number 2, name the transformation. So let's see this triangle. It actually has slid over and down. So anytime it's in the exact same positioning, A, B, C, A prime, B prime, C prime, they're in the same location. So it did not twist or turn. It did not get bigger or smaller. This is a translation. A translation is when it slides to a new area. Let's look at number 3. Name the transformation. Notice your letters A, B, C, D, and E. This went A, B, C, D, E. This is a rotation. It rotated around. You might think it reflected, like a reflection in a mirror. However, if you follow these letters, a reflection would have AB on top. AB is on bottom, so that tells us that this was a rotation. Now let's look at 4. Name this transformation. A translation, a reflection, a rotation, or a dilation. Clearly, A, B, C, A, B, C. It looks like it flipped. This is a reflection. Okay. Is this translation a reflection? Let's look and see. We have P, Q, R, and S. Then we have Q prime, S prime, P prime, and R prime. If I were to take this shape and I were to flip it, would my letters flip? Yes. It is a reflection. And how do we know? We checked with the letters. We checked to see what the letters did. If it was just a translation is a slide. So is this a translation or a reflection? Excuse me, I did not read the question properly. Yes, it is a reflection. Not a translation. A translation would just slide the letters and they would be in the same position, PQ. This is QP. So it clearly tells me that it flipped. Okay, let's look at the second side. Indicate on each of the below whether it is a reflection over the X or Y axis. Okay, so looking at this paper, we have X, Y, Z, and W. Then we have W, X, Y, and Z prime. So is this a reflection over the X axis or over the Y axis? Did this shape flip up over the X axis or did it flip that way over the Y axis? This was over the X axis. Okay, let's look at this one. This shape, we have W, X, Y, and Z, and then we have W prime, X prime, Y prime, and Z prime. It flipped over the Y axis. All right. Now we're talking about rotations. Figure A is the pre-image right here. The other figures are images of figure A that are rotated 90, 180, and 270 degrees around the origin. Which figure represents a 90 clockwise? Okay, let's remind ourselves. Clockwise goes like a clock, and 90 is one turn. So which figure is a 90-degree clockwise rotation of A? One turn to the right, and it's clockwise, so it's figure B. Which figure represents a 270 counterclockwise? Counterclockwise means go backwards from A. And 270, that means 3 spots away. So that would be my first turn backwards. That would be my second turn backwards. That would be my third turn backwards. So it's B again. True or false? A 90-degree clockwise, right there, produces the same result as a 270 counterclockwise. True. They both were letter B. What about the opposite? Does a 90 counterclockwise produce the same as a 270 clockwise? So if I'm on figure A and I do 90 counterclockwise, that would go backwards 1. A 270 clockwise from A, it would still land on figure C. Is that true? Yes, it's true. Which figure represents a 180-degree clockwise rotation from A? 180 clockwise. So 180 means 2 moves away. Okay. Let's see. I believe I wrote the wrong letter for this one. That should be D, because that's A, B, C, and D. Excuse me. Which figure represents a 180? So if we go backwards to C. Which figure represents a 180 counterclockwise? So clockwise 180 and counterclockwise 180, they both result in C. This is figure D from earlier. Make sure you make that correction with me. Okay, let's look on the back. Let's look at this review. There are 4 types of transformations: a translation, which is a slide, a reflection, which is a flip, a rotation, which is a turn, and a dilation, which is a size change. Identify the correct transformation type for each of the graphs below. Okay, so what did this one do? Translation. What did this one do? Reflection. What did this do? Rotation. That smiley face is getting smaller or bigger, so that is a dilation. This is a reflection. This arrow slid over there, so that's a translation. These diamonds, dilation. These arrows, they're turning, so that's a rotation. And here we have a reflection. Hope this helps. Y'all have a great day.